Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're gonna do another foundation review. I know recently there has been a lot of foundation reviews, but just so happens that I have been buying or like trying out a lot of new foundations. So today's will be the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation with SPF 30. So this is the one. I think it got released maybe about two to 3 weeks ago, and I was really excited to try this because obviously Shiseido is known for very good skin products, so this should be pretty good for your skin as well as help to put a very nice base for your face. So let's see what the properties are. The description for this foundation says that a medium to full buildable coverage foundation formula featuring innovative light adjusting technologies that addresses the three major obstacles that impede skin radiance: fine lines and wrinkles, uneven skin tone, and loss of hydration. Then it has a combination of transparent pearls, radiant microcrystals, and advanced optical filters, balances, and adapts to any ambient lighting condition, while an exclusive blend of humectants binds moisture to the skin for 24-hour hydration. Infused with mandarin peel extract to help support skin's radiance, this lightweight foundation offers instant results and lasting luminosity, and it protects with the SPF 30. Those are the formula details. So it says medium to full buildable coverage, radiant finish, 24-hour hydration, SPF 30. It has 30 shades: water resistant, transfer resistant, crease resistant, smudge resistant, non-comedogenic, and dermatologist tested. So wow, that's a lot of things they're claiming to have. So obviously today during my review / wear test, I will be wearing a mask and I will be doing an exercise to see whether it really is smudge resistant, crease resistant, and water resistant, i.e. my sweat. And yeah, so I'll probably wear it hopefully for about 8 hours. So let's see how long I can last wearing this makeup. And for shade wise, I got the shade 210 Birch. I was having trouble trying to decide which shade I wanted to get because they said Birch was more of a golden undertone and I want to get linen, or I wanted to get linen, and linen was more of a neutral undertone. And on the swatches, I'll put the picture up here, the linen one really looked very peachy, and the Birch one looks definitely more warm golden undertone. I actually opened this bottle and checked the shade wise. I did a little swatch on my hand previously and it did look a little peach, which is weird because peach is more of a neutral undertone and that should be linen. But I think it should still work, so today we'll see how it goes. So I've opened it up and you can see that here is how it looks. It's a glass bottle and it has a twist cap, so it locks in place so that, you know, when you bring it around it doesn't get messy, it doesn't accidentally squirt out into your makeup pouch or your bag. And I like it. It's very easy to carry around. Anyway, so here goes. This is going to be one pump. Oh, I did maybe like a small one pump. And this is the consistency. So it's not super runny, but you can see that it's not super thick either. It's pretty peach. So hopefully it works out for my skin. So I'm going to use half side sponge and half side brush and then work from the nose out. You can see that actually the shade is okay for me. Like it does look pretty. Like the shade matching actually does look okay. That's good. Anyway, so on putting it onto my face, it blends really easily and it goes on really easily. You can see that it does start to give me an even skin tone because you can see my redness from my dry patch on my nose and mouth area, And then now we can see this little pimple. See if we can cover it. So from that half-ish pump, you can see that it does help to cover, and it gives a medium coverage. It helped to lighten the redness over here, like cover the redness on the pimple, and this area you can compare the redness here and here is gone. And under the eye it gives a very nice even tone, and it is radiant, glowy. You can see the shine here, the radiant shine, and it's not sticky anymore. It actually dries down pretty fast. It's not super sticky anymore. On the first application, it went on really well and easy. It's not thick, it doesn't feel heavy at all. It is lightweight for this medium coverage, and it looks good. So now we'll take another half pump, and we'll use the brush. So we're using the brush to stipple it onto the skin. Maybe you need to get a brush that has, maybe it's more dense than this Morphe one, Morphe 439, because it seems like the product is going into the bristles. So I think either use a sponge or a more dense brush to actually apply this one, because I guess it's a bit more watery and it's not as thick, the consistency of this foundation. So you need to actually use something that doesn't seep in. But it's applying pretty well as well on the brush. Okay, now we're done with the application. I think it looks pretty good. The face looks pretty flawless, except for the dry areas. It doesn't like help to cover up the dry spots other than the redness. You can still see the skin, there's a bit of the flaky skin coming off here. So in terms of hydration, obviously as a foundation, I think it will never really cover up dry spots like totally. So this one doesn't help your dry spots at all, so it will actually enhance the look of it, but the redness is gone. It does have a radiant finish. You can see the shine here. I prefer the sponge side per usual because I think it gives more of a nicer finish, like a more like, you know, pressed in finish. I don't know, some people prefer brushes, some people prefer sponges, but it's your own preference. Color wise, I think it looks good, like the shade. I don't know, on the camera maybe it's a little bit whiter on the face, but in real life it looks okay. The difference in the skin tone is not very obvious, like the undertone wise, but my neck does always look warmer than my face in general. Like somehow my neck always has a more warmer like undertone compared to my face, which has a more neutral undertone. But anyway, let me show you without the light. This is without the ring light. You can see that it does suit much better. Like it doesn't look so different as compared to with a ring light, and you can really see the radiant finish, which I really like. And the light is back. Anyway, so okay, I'll just finish my makeup off camera and then we'll come back and check in before I check out. And we're back. The makeup is done. So today I decided to go for a very like light and how to say, not so glam look, a more like chilled out look. So I used Nudestix on the eyes and the cheeks and the lips. I used the Hilary Duff and Nudestix collaboration. Bright eyes for the outer corners and the lower, like the lower part of the lower part of the eyelids. And then I put a little bit of body language on the center area, and on my cheeks. And then for the lips, I use Secret Keeper, which is a nice nude over here. So today I'm going for a very nice nude look, a very light chilled out look. And for the eyebrows, I just use some clear brow gel and eyelash gel from E.L.F. And I just set my face very lightly with the translucent powder from Laura Mercier over here. And yeah, so this is the look I did today for this foundation, because I didn't want to use any more like powdery products that might like how to say, affect the actual like look and radiance of the foundation, so cream would be better. So you can still see the luminosity or the radiant finish shining through. I didn't put any highlight at all. And then yeah, but you can see if I come closer, like you can see the dry spots. Don't mind the moustache. The dry spots from the dry patches coming up. So even though they say it's hydrating, obviously it's not hydrating enough to actually block out or cover up the dry spots, and it might actually enhance the look of the dry spots. So I'll be going to do some home workout and also wear a mask for you to see if it's transfer proof or sweat proof or water resistant. And I'll see you soon. Okay guys, so this is how it looks under sunlight. Today we're very lucky, we have a very bright sun out today, so you can see how it looks. So maybe it's about half an hour since I put the makeup on, and yeah, so this is, look, you can see the dry spots, but other than that you can see the radiant luminosity, and it looks really nice. So I'm out now with the mask and the makeup, so we'll see how it goes, whether it's transfer proof and all that shit. And yeah, so let's see how it goes with Mr. Sheldon. Hi, I'm back from my 1 hour walk. So I think it's about 2.5 hours since I first put on the makeup. You can see it still looks pretty radiant, but it's not totally 100% transfer proof, as you can see from my mask. It's, you can see the white stuff, that's the foundation, the pink stuff is the lipstick again. But yeah, so some of the mask has the foundation bits on it because I didn't set it with anything. I see here this white bit. But on my face it still looks pretty good actually. It didn't like rub off on the face. Maybe it's just a little bit that transferred onto the mask, but the face itself looks really good. Like there's no separation on the nose other than the same dry areas. Yeah, like here I see it's all good. But it's only been 2.5 hours, so we'll check back again after I do my exercise. Alright, so it's 4 hours since I first put the makeup on. I just did an exercise, so you can see all the sweat glistening. I would say it's pretty sweat proof because I did this and I don't see any makeup coming off like here. And usually if the makeup comes off you see it on the collar, but there's nothing. So I'll say it's pretty sweat proof. The nose still looks good, there's no separation other than the same problem areas like the dryness. You can see the redness is coming out and the dry patch is showing a lot more now. Other than that, the makeup still feels pretty good. Like I don't feel super dry, but it's not as hydrating as I thought it would be, but it doesn't feel dry here at all, and it still looks pretty good. Yeah, so I'll see you back in about another 4 hours. Hi, we're back. It's about 8 hours since I first put on the makeup, maybe 8.5 hours, and I think it looks pretty good for something that's been through a mask, an exercise, dinner. You can still see the slight radiant finish, and the makeup is still mostly here except for the mouth area where the dry spots are. On the nose, let me bring it closer, like it hasn't really separated that much or at all, really slight, and it's slightly on this side of the smile lines, but other than that here is fine. It hasn't really settled in. I don't see any, like, it's not oily, I don't feel oily at all. And I still think I look pretty good, like my pores are still filled and it looks nice. It does kind of do what it says, like it is sweat / waterproof, because like there was a lot of water and splashes on it and it didn't come off. It is I would say it wasn't as hydrating as what I expected it to be. I thought it would be more like, you know, I'll feel more hydrated, more moisturized, but it felt pretty okay. Like, it wasn't super drying at all. It still feels light, but like it's not as hydrating as I thought it would be. So I think if you have very dry skin, this might not really help to improve that, or you know, make it look better. I think it'll just be okay and normal. And because you can see like the dry spots here are very obvious now, especially after all the eating and exercising and mask wearing. And from the previous video, when I checked in last, it transferred a little bit onto the mask. So I wouldn't say it's 100% transfer proof, but it's pretty solid. I would say about 80 to 90% transfer proof. And even though it says buildable medium to high coverage, I didn't build it up, but I feel like it can be built up to a full coverage. If you like that, you can do that. Overall, I think this foundation is pretty good. I really quite like wearing it because it's really lightweight and I don't really feel anything on my face, and it gives me a nice sheen, a radiant glow, so it looks like my skin but better because it gives an even skin tone to my face, like it said on its description. And it's more hydrating than some other foundations. So if you haven't got something like that, you can go ahead and get it. And the plus point is that it has SPF. Yes. So the shade wise, I think it was pretty okay. Like, it wasn't perfect, but I think it was a pretty good match. I got Birch in 210. Yeah. So thank you for watching this video, and if you like it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.